Hello, my friend. Stop whatever you are doing. Take a breath. Close your eyes for 2 seconds. Now ask yourself this. Do I really think in English, or do I just translate every word in my head? Be honest. Most learners answer, I translate. And that's why speaking feels slow. That's why your brain freezes. That's why you can read, but when it's time to speak, your mouth refuses to move. Translation is your prison. But here's the truth. You don't need to stay inside that prison. The door is open. You just never walked out. Thinking in English is the key. Not perfect grammar, not big vocabulary, but free thought. Translation feels safe, right? It's like walking with a stick. You believe the stick helps you, but it actually makes you slow. Every time you translate, you are walking with a heavy stick instead of running free. When you were a child, you never translated your first language. You didn't think, what is the grammar of this sentence? No, you lived it. You copied sounds. You connected words to real life. That's how fluency is born. But somewhere, someone told you English is only grammar, tests, and rules. So now, every time you want to say something simple, your brain becomes a dictionary, a translator, a machine. Machines are not alive. Real English is alive. It breathes. It moves. It dances. And you can join the dance. But first, you must drop the translator. That voice in your head is not your friend. It is the slow shadow of your past. I know you feel nervous. But what if I make mistakes? Listen carefully. Mistakes are not dangerous. They are proof that you are alive, learning, moving. Silence is the real mistake. Staying stuck is the real danger. Think of a child learning to walk. He falls. He hits the floor. He cries. But does he stop? No. He tries again. Soon, he runs. You must do the same with English. Fall, cry, laugh, but walk in English. I want you to imagine something. Tomorrow morning, you wake up, and your first thought is not in your language. It is in English. Simple, short, but English. Good morning. I feel tired, but today I will grow. That moment changes everything. No translation, no fear, just thought, pure and clear. And slowly, thought becomes speech. Speech becomes fluency. Fluency becomes freedom. That is your new journey. So here is my call to you. Stop translating. Start thinking. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now. This is the first step of your new life in English. And trust me, the best part of the journey is still waiting. You wake up, you want to speak English, but your brain says, wait, first translate. And so you pause. That pause grows into silence. That silence grows into fear. Suddenly, the conversation is gone. You said nothing. Translation feels like a loyal friend, but it betrays you every time. Why? Because life moves fast. People don't wait while you translate. By the time you finish, the topic has changed. You feel late. You feel lost. And then comes the worst part. You know the words. You studied them. You wrote them in your notebook. But in the moment, under pressure, they vanish. It's like your brain locks the door and throws away the key. This is why translation is so dangerous. It steals your confidence. It makes you believe you are bad at English. But you are not bad. You are only stuck in an old method that was never made for real life. Think about this. If you see a red apple, do you first say the word in your language, then in English? No. You just see the apple. You know what it is. That is real fluency. Direct connection. No middleman. But when you translate, there is always a middleman. It's like calling your friend through another friend. Imagine saying, tell him I said hello. Then waiting for the answer. Slow. Awkward. Unnatural. That's translation. I understand why you do it. You are afraid of mistakes. You want to sound correct. You want to be respected. But the truth is this: people don't respect your perfect grammar. They respect your courage to speak. Every second you translate, you are not living in English. You are living in a mirror world, one step behind reality. And mirrors never show the future. They only repeat the past. It's time to break the mirror. Yes, breaking it feels scary. Yes, your sentences will come out broken. But broken English is still stronger than silent translation. Broken English is alive. Silent translation is dead. Which one do you want? Here's the secret. The faster you fail, the faster you grow. Translation slows you down. Thinking in English speeds you up. Imagine driving a car with the handbrake on. That's translation. Take it off. Feel the speed. And if you think, but I can't do it, let me remind you. Every fluent speaker you admire was once like you. They translated. They froze. They failed. Then one day they stopped. And that was the moment they began. This is where you are now, standing at the door. Behind you is translation, safe but slow. In front of you is thinking in English, scary but free. Which road will you take? Only you can decide. Every morning feels the same. You wake up, check your phone, scroll, eat, and maybe whisper, "I'll practice English later." It feels safe, like a blanket. But safety can be dangerous because comfort slowly kills your dreams. Comfort whispers, "Don't speak yet. You're not ready." It tells you, "Wait until your grammar is perfect. Wait until you have more words." But that day never comes. Comfort is a liar, and its favorite word is later. Imagine a bird that never leaves its nest because the sky looks scary. The bird feels warm inside. But guess what? Birds are not born to sit. They are born to fly. You, my friend, were not born to translate. Your brain loves comfort because it feels easy. Thinking in your language is automatic. It costs no energy. English feels heavy, strange, awkward. So your brain says, stay safe. Stay small. But safe is the enemy of progress. Look at your daily routine. Same breakfast. Same conversations. Same excuses. That's why life feels like one long copy-paste. When days are identical, your brain stops growing. You are alive, yes, but not living. Comfort steals time. Every comfort zone is like a soft chair. Sit too long, and you forget how to move. You forget you have legs. Then one day, you try to stand up and it feels painful. That's what happens with English too. But here's the truth. Real learning begins when you feel uncomfortable. Every mistake, every awkward pause, every moment is not failure. It's growth. Discomfort is not the end of learning. It is the beginning of fluency. Think about exercise. If your muscles never hurt, they never grow. If your English never feels strange, it never improves. The gym of your brain is discomfort. Each time you sweat in English, your fluency grows stronger. Comfort keeps you silent. Growth makes you loud. Comfort makes you invisible. Growth makes you powerful. Which one do you choose? The soft chair or the strong legs? The warm nest or the open sky? Your comfort zone is not your friend. It is a trap. It is sugar for the brain, sweet at first, but harmful later. Once you escape, you see the truth. Every risk you take makes you more alive. Stop saying, "I'll practice tomorrow." Stop hiding behind translation. Start living in English today. It will be messy. It will be scary. But it will also be beautiful. And beauty never lives in comfort. It lives in courage. So stand up. Step outside. The world won't wait for you to be perfect. English won't wait either. The door is open. The sky is calling. Spread your wings, my friend. It's time to fly into discomfort, and into freedom. You've been walking alone, carrying the heavy bag of translation on your back. It slows you down. It makes every step harder. But now a voice calls out, strong, calm, and clear. You don't need that bag anymore. This voice is not magic. It's not a teacher in a classroom or a man in a suit. It's me talking to you right now. Not to your fears, not to your doubts. To the part of you that knows you are ready. I'm not here to give you shortcuts. No 10-day fluency lies. No empty promises. I'm here to hold up a mirror. To show you the truth you already feel but keep ignoring. You can think in English. You just haven't started. Think of me as a guide on a mountain trail. You have the strength, the legs, the lungs. But you need someone to point at the path and say, this way. That's all. The climb is yours. The victory is yours. So let's start with the first truth. Fluency begins in thought, not in grammar. If your brain still thinks in your old language, your mouth will always stumble. But if your brain thinks in English, your mouth will follow. You don't need thousands of words to start thinking in English. You only need the courage to use the words you already know. Simple sentences like, I am tired. I am hungry. I feel happy. This is the seed of fluency. Seeds look small, but they grow into trees. Your simple thoughts today will grow into conversations tomorrow. That's how fluency works. Step by step, sentence by sentence. Translation delays growth. Thinking in English gives it life. The second truth, mistakes are not monsters. They are teachers. When you think in English, you will make mistakes. But every mistake is proof that you are alive, learning, moving. Silence is death. Mistakes are life. The third truth, you are not too old, too late, or too weak. That's just the voice of fear wearing a mask. The real voice, my voice, is telling you this. It's never too late to think in English. Never. So what's the next step? Begin with awareness. Catch yourself when you translate. Stop in that moment. Say the English word directly, even if it feels strange. Train your brain to see the apple and say apple, not its translation. At first, your thoughts will be half and half. Some in your language, some in English. That's okay. That's progress. Don't wait for perfection. Wait for momentum. The more you do it, the more English takes the lead. This is my promise. If you stop translating and start thinking in English, your life will change. Not just your English, but your confidence, your freedom, your voice. So let my voice guide you until yours is strong enough. Every great journey begins not with a giant leap, but with one small step. For you, that step is simple. Stop waiting for the right time. The right time is not tomorrow. The right time is now, this moment. So what is the first step to thinking in English? It's this. Choose one small part of your daily life and live it in English. Not the whole day, not every thought. Just one moment, one routine, one corner of your world. Maybe it's your morning. You wake up and instead of saying in your language, I feel sleepy, you whisper, I feel sleepy in English. Simple, clear, direct. Congratulations, you just started thinking in English. Or maybe it's eating. You sit with your food and instead of saying in your language, this rice is hot, you say, this rice is hot. Your family might laugh. Let them laugh. They don't see your wings growing. The trick is to start small and stay consistent. Don't say, I will think in English all day. That's too heavy, too big. Say, I will think one thought in English every morning. That's light. That's possible. That's powerful. Remember, your brain is like a muscle. If you try to lift too much weight on day one, you hurt yourself. But if you lift a little every day, Soon you can lift more than you ever imagined. English works the same way. The second part of the first step is patience. Don't expect fireworks after one try. The change will be slow, invisible at first. But like water shaping rock, daily English thoughts will carve a new path inside your brain. The third part is honesty. Don't lie to yourself. If you forget to think in English, admit it. If you slip back into translation, notice it. The goal is not perfection. The goal is awareness. Awareness creates change. So here's a practical challenge. Write 3 sentences in English every night about your day. I worked hard. I ate pasta. I missed my friend. These thoughts are simple, but they are English. And they are yours. Over time, these little thoughts become a habit. And habits build identity. Soon, you will not be a person who translates. You will be a person who thinks in English, naturally, without trying, without fear. That is the first step. One thought, one sentence, one routine in English. Not big, not scary, but real. And every real step is worth more than 1,000 perfect plans. Begin small, but begin today. Because one day, you will look back and realize that the first step, that tiny whisper in English, was the moment your entire life began to change. That is the secret power of starting. And you have already started. The first step feels exciting. You think, I can do this. But soon, the first challenge arrives. Your brain fights back. It whispers, this feels strange. Go back to translating. And suddenly, the old prison feels safer. This is normal. Change always feels uncomfortable at the beginning. It's like wearing new shoes. They feel tight, maybe painful. You want your old pair back. But if you keep walking, the new shoes slowly fit your feet. When you try to think in English, your brain may scream, this is wrong. But remember, wrong does not mean bad. Wrong means you are learning. Every mistake is not proof of weakness. It's proof of courage. The first challenge often comes in conversation. You try to speak. The words in your head are in English, but your mouth freezes. Seconds pass. People stare. You feel embarrassed. Your instinct is to run back to translation. But here's the truth. That frozen moment is not the end. It's the beginning. Every speaker you admire has been through it. Fluency is built not in comfort, but in these exact scary pauses. This is your training ground. Think of a soldier. Training is not soft pillows. Training is sweat, pain, falling, standing up again. English is the same. Every pause, every awkward silence is your battlefield, and you win simply by staying in the fight. The second challenge is self-criticism. You say to yourself, I sound stupid. I'm too slow. People will laugh. But listen carefully. The only person laughing is your fear. And fear is a bad teacher. Fire it today. The third challenge is impatience. You want results fast. You say, why am I still slow? But fluency is not instant noodles. It is a slow-cooked meal. The longer you practice, the richer the taste. Be patient with yourself. How do you survive the first challenge? By lowering the weight. Don't start with big conversations. Start with yourself. Speak to the mirror. Say 3 sentences. Smile. Laugh at your mistakes. They are steps, not failures. Another trick, breathe. Yes, breathe. Fear makes you forget to breathe, and then your brain panics. Take 1 deep breath before speaking. It tells your body, relax. I am safe. I can do this. Breathing is your secret weapon. So when the first challenge arrives, don't run back to translation. Stand tall. Accept the pause. Smile through the mistakes. Breathe through the fear. Every time you stay in English, you win another battle. Remember, the first challenge is not your enemy. It is your teacher. And if you can pass this test, the next steps will feel lighter. You are not losing. You are leveling up. Stay in the game. Stay in English. There comes a moment when you must face yourself. No teacher, no classmates, no audience. Just you, the mirror, and your English. This is the mirror test, and it is one of the most powerful tools for fluency. Why? Because the mirror shows no mercy. It doesn't lie. It doesn't flatter. It reflects exactly what you give. Your pauses, your mistakes, your fear, your courage. All of it is there, staring back at you. At first, it feels strange. You look at your face and think, am I crazy talking to myself? No, you are not crazy. You are practicing the most natural way of learning. Hearing your own voice, watching your own expressions. Think about children again. They don't learn English by sitting in silence. They talk, they repeat, they play. The mirror test recreates that process. You become both the speaker and the listener, the teacher and the student. Here's how it works. Stand in front of your mirror. Look into your own eyes. Speak one simple sentence in English. Hello, my name is David. I am learning English. That's it. Small, but powerful. Now, repeat it again, but with emotion. Smile when you say your name. Show pride when you say you are learning. Feel the words, don't just pronounce them. English is not only sound. It is feeling, and the mirror proves it. Soon, you will notice something magical. You don't just speak, you perform. You see how your mouth moves, how your hands gesture, how your eyes shine. You are no longer a student. You are becoming a communicator. Of course, the mirror will also show your weaknesses. Maybe you speak too softly. Maybe your pronunciation is unclear. Maybe you look nervous. That's good. Awareness is the first step to improvement. The mirror is your coach. Don't run from these weaknesses. Embrace them. If you see fear, smile bigger. If you hear mistakes, repeat louder. If you feel stuck, breathe and try again. Every session in front of the mirror makes you stronger. At first, 2 minutes will feel like forever. But over time, 5 minutes will fly by. Then 10. Then 20. Talking to yourself in English will become as natural as brushing your teeth or tying your shoes. The mirror test is more than practice. It is transformation. It forces you to stop translating because you can't look into your own eyes and wait for a translation. You must speak directly, honestly, in real time. So stand tall. Face yourself. Pass the mirror test every day. Because once you can look into your own eyes and speak English with courage, you will be ready to look into anyone's eyes and do the same. If you want to think in English, you must surround yourself with it. This is the immersion shift. No more treating English like a short lesson. English becomes your air, your water, your daily background noise. Think of how babies learn. They don't study grammar. They don't translate. They hear English all day, from every corner of life. Slowly, their brain builds patterns, like bricks forming a wall. Immersion is the secret builder. But most learners do the opposite. They listen for 10 minutes, then return to their old language for 23 hours and 50 minutes. That is not immersion. That is a drop of English in an ocean of translation. The immersion shift means changing the ratio. You give your brain English drops all day until your ocean slowly changes color. Music, podcasts, YouTube videos, audiobooks. Not once a week, but every single day. You don't even need full focus. Play English while you cook, clean, walk, or exercise. Let the sound live in your ears. Your brain will start recognizing rhythms, accents, and phrases without you even trying. At first, it feels strange. You don't understand everything. Your brain screams, This is too fast. Ignore that voice. Your ears are training, just like your muscles in the gym. Repetition builds strength, even in confusion. One day, something magical happens. You catch a phrase without effort, then a full sentence, then a joke. You laugh before you even realize why. That's when you know English has moved from the outside world into your mind. The immersion shift is not just listening. It's living. Change your phone to English. Change your social media to English. Label items in your house with English words. Let your brain swim in the language all day. Yes, you will still need your first language. That's fine. But make English the dominant guest in your home. Let it eat at your table, walk with you, sleep beside you. The more time it spends with you, the faster you grow. Remember, your brain cannot speak a sound it never hears. If you want to stop translating, you must first fill your ears with English until your mouth has no choice but to follow. Input becomes output. So don't wait for a perfect environment. Build your own. Create your English bubble. Live inside it. Small at first, then bigger, then unstoppable. Immersion is not a place. It is a decision. And the decision is yours. Shift today. Don't study English like a subject. Live it like a lifestyle. Let it surround you, shape you, guide you. When you change your environment, you change your mind. And when you change your mind, you change your life. The outside world is one thing, but the hardest fight is not out there. It is inside you. The inner battle is between two voices, one that pushes you forward in English and one that pulls you back to translation. The first voice is quiet but powerful. It says, keep going. Think in English. Mistakes don't matter. The second voice is loud and cruel. It says, you sound stupid. You'll never be fluent. Go back to your language. You know this battle well. Every time you want to speak, both voices wake up. One hand opens the door to courage, the other hand slams it shut. And you stand frozen, stuck between action and fear. But here's the truth. The second voice is a liar. It's not reality. It's just fear wearing a mask. And fear is lazy. It wants you to stay in the comfort zone, because comfort means no risk, no growth, no progress. The inner battle is not about English. It is about identity. Who do you believe you are? A translator always hiding? Or a speaker brave enough to think directly in English? The answer shapes your fluency and your life. So how do you win? First, name the voices. Call one the doubter, call the other the builder. The doubter tells you to stop. The builder tells you to continue. Each day, decide who gets the microphone inside your head. Second, create evidence. Every time you speak even one English sentence without translating, celebrate it. Say, see, I can do it. Each small win is a brick on the builder's side of the wall. Soon, the wall is strong. Third, practice self-talk. Don't wait for others to encourage you. Encourage yourself. Instead of saying, I am bad at English, say, I am learning English. Instead of, I can't, say, I can't yet. Words create worlds. The inner battle never fully disappears. Even advanced speakers feel fear sometimes. But the difference is, they act anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward while fear screams in your ear. And when you win one small inner battle, the next one feels easier. Your brain learns, we don't quit. We don't translate. We think in English. Slowly, your builder grows louder, stronger, unstoppable. So the next time fear whispers, don't speak, smile. Breathe. Speak anyway. Let your builder voice lead the way. Each time you choose courage over doubt, you are not just learning English. You are training your soul. Because fluency is not only about words. It is about identity. And once you win the inner battle, you don't just speak English. You become the kind of person who speaks with courage in any language, anywhere in life. There comes a day when you realize something has changed. You are no longer translating every word. You are speaking more freely. You catch yourself thinking in English without trying. This is the moment of breaking free. It doesn't happen with fireworks. It happens quietly. Maybe while buying coffee, you say, "One cappuccino, please," without translating. Or while walking, you think, "It's cold today." Simple, but pure English. That is freedom. At first, these moments feel small. But don't ignore them. They are golden victories. They prove your brain is switching lanes. Instead of the slow road of translation, you are now driving on the fast highway of thought. Breaking free is not about never making mistakes. It's about not needing translation anymore. You may still use the wrong tense or forget a word, but the idea is clear, the message alive. You spoke directly. The biggest sign of freedom is speed. You don't pause as much. You don't wait for permission. Words come out faster, even if imperfect. Fluency is not about grammar. It's about flow. And now, you are flowing. Another sign is confidence. You begin to enjoy English instead of fearing it. Conversations feel like games, not exams. You laugh at your own mistakes because they are no longer walls. They are simply stepping stones. Breaking free also changes how others see you. People stop saying, "Your English is good." They start saying, "You are confident. You are interesting. You are fun to talk to." Because now, they see you, not your fear. But beware, freedom is fragile. Old habits may try to return. One bad day, one difficult conversation, and translation calls your name. Don't answer. Freedom grows only when you protect it, practice it, and use it daily. So what should you do? Celebrate every free moment. Write them down. Say, "Today I ordered food in English. Today I thought in English first." These are not small. These are proof you are changing your life. And then, create more moments. Call a friend. Write a message. Sing a song. Watch a video without subtitles. Push yourself into English situations where translation has no time to interfere. Let English lead always. Remember, fluency is not a finish line. It's a lifestyle. Breaking free is not one day. It is many days, repeated again and again, until English becomes part of who you are, not something you do. So enjoy this stage. Smile at your progress. Keep moving forward. You are no longer trapped in translation. You are breathing, living, and thinking in English. And once you taste this freedom, you will never want to go back. Something powerful happens when you stop translating. Your brain begins to rewire itself. The old paths grow weaker, the new paths grow stronger. This is the transformation. You are not just learning English, you are becoming English. At first, it feels like magic. You hear a phrase, and instead of translating, you simply understand. Someone asks you a question, and instead of freezing, your answer comes naturally. You wonder, how did that happen? It happened because of practice. Every mirror test, every small thought, every immersion moment has been building inside you. Slowly, quietly, your brain accepted a new truth. English is no longer foreign. It is home. And when language feels like home, everything changes. You stop fearing mistakes. You start playing with words. You test new phrases, new jokes, new ways of expressing yourself. You are not just surviving. You are creating. Your confidence grows. You notice yourself speaking louder, clearer, faster. You notice people reacting differently. They lean in, They listen, they smile. Because now, you are not hiding behind translation. You are showing the real you. The transformation is not only in your English. It is in your identity. You begin to see yourself as bilingual, international, global. You carry English like a new set of wings. Suddenly, the world feels bigger and closer at the same time. You also discover new sides of yourself. In your native language, you may sound serious. But in English, you sound playful. Or maybe the opposite. Language doesn't just give you words. It gives you new personalities, new colors. Some people will notice. They may say, "You've changed." And they are right. You are no longer the person who translated in fear. You are the person who thinks in English, who dares, who grows, who shines. This transformation also changes your dreams. You start imagining yourself studying abroad, working in an international company, traveling with confidence, making friends from anywhere. English is no longer a goal. It is a bridge. Of course, transformation is not perfect. You will still make mistakes, still feel nervous sometimes. But those moments no longer stop you. They are just bumps on the road, and you know exactly how to keep driving. So celebrate this change. Look back at where you began, translating every word, too afraid to speak. And look at you now, thinking in English, speaking freely, living courageously. That is transformation, and it belongs to you. Because the greatest gift of this journey is not just English fluency. It is the person you became along the way, stronger, braver, freer. And this new version of you is ready for anything the world brings. Just when you think the journey is complete, a shadow appears. The crisis. You are speaking well, thinking in English, feeling free. But suddenly, you hit a wall. Your old habits return, whispering, "Go back to translation." It may happen in a hard conversation. Someone speaks too fast, uses slang, or throws unfamiliar words at you. Your brain panics. For a moment, you feel like the old you, frozen, lost, drowning in translation again. Or maybe it's after a long day. You are tired, stressed, distracted. Your energy is low, and English feels heavy again. You ask yourself, why is this so hard? I thought I was past this stage. Doubt creeps in. This crisis is dangerous because it tempts you to quit. It tells you, see, you will never be fluent. You were just pretending. If you believe that voice, you risk falling back into silence, giving up all you've built. But listen carefully. This crisis is not the end. It is part of the journey. Every hero faces a dark night before victory. Every learner feels weak before becoming strong. The crisis is not proof of failure. It is proof of growth. Why? Because the crisis shows you are pushing beyond your comfort zone again. If English feels hard, it means you are stretching, expanding, learning at a higher level. The pain is not punishment. It is progress in disguise. So how do you survive the crisis? First, breathe. Remember, panic is your brain's old habit trying to return. Slow your breath, calm your body, and remind yourself, I am not translating. I am thinking in English. Second, simplify. When your brain feels overloaded, return to short sentences. Don't chase perfect grammar. Don't search for big words. Speak simple truths. I don't understand. Please repeat. Say it slowly. Simplicity is power. Third, trust the process. Fluency is not a straight line. It rises, it falls, it bends, it twists. One bad day doesn't erase your progress. It proves you are human, not a machine. And humans learn through struggle. The crisis is also a mirror. It shows your weak points. Maybe you need more listening. Maybe more practice in fast conversations. Instead of running, use the crisis as a guide. It points to where you must grow next. And remember, you have already survived the hardest battles: the fear of starting, the comfort zone, the inner voice of doubt. If you won those fights, you can win this one too. You are stronger than you feel. So face the crisis with courage. Don't quit. Don't return to translation. Walk through the storm, and you will discover something beautiful. After the crisis, your English is not weaker. It is stronger than ever before. After the storm of crisis, something amazing happens. You begin to notice strength where weakness used to live. The words flow again. The fear fades. You realize you didn't just survive the battle, you won it. Victory in English is not shouting big grammar rules or memorizing endless lists. It is the simple freedom of speaking without fear. It is answering questions quickly, laughing in conversations, sharing your ideas without hesitation. The first sign of victory is clarity. You no longer need to pause for every sentence. Ideas come to your mind directly in English. You don't think, "How do I say this?" You just say it, naturally, freely. The second sign is courage. You raise your hand in class. You join discussions at work. You start conversations with strangers. Even when you make mistakes, you don't feel small. You feel strong because you know you can recover. Victory also feels like joy. English is no longer heavy or painful. It becomes fun. You watch movies and laugh at the jokes. You listen to songs and feel the lyrics. You read books and feel alive inside the stories. Another victory is connection. Suddenly, the world opens wider. You make friends from countries you never visited. You understand cultures you never experienced. English becomes your passport, not just to places, but to people. And people notice. They say, "Your English sounds natural." Or, "You speak so confidently." But the biggest compliment is not from others. It is from yourself. You look in the mirror and think, "Yes, I can do this." Victory is not perfection. You will still make mistakes, still forget words. But now, mistakes don't control you. You control them. They become part of your story, not the end of it. That is real fluency. This victory is sweeter because you earned it. You fought the inner battle. You survived the crisis. You left translation behind. Every step, every practice, every small moment brought you here. And you deserve this freedom. But victory is not a final destination. It is a door. Behind it are new levels, new challenges, new opportunities. The more you walk, the more fluent you become. English is not finished. It is alive, just like you. So celebrate your victory. Dance in it. Smile in it. Share it. Because this is the moment you once thought was impossible. And now, it is real, living in your voice, flowing through your words, shining in your eyes. The translator in your head is gone. The thinker, the speaker, the communicator is here. This is victory, not the end of the journey, but the proof that you are unstoppable. And the best is still waiting ahead. Every journey has two halves. The first is leaving your old world behind. The second is returning to it as a new person. You began as a translator, trapped and afraid. Now you return as a thinker, free and alive. When you go back to your daily life, everything looks the same: your home, your job, your friends. But something is different: you. The way you speak, the way you listen, the way you carry yourself has changed forever. You start to notice how often people around you translate in their heads. You hear their pauses, their doubts, their fears. And suddenly, you realize that used to be you. But not anymore. You've crossed the bridge. The return is not about showing off. It is about sharing. You become a guide for others. When a friend says, "I can't speak English," you smile and answer, "I used to say the same. Let me tell you what worked." This is how journeys continue. One voice inspires another. Your courage gives others courage. Your victory shows them the path. Just as my voice guided you, now your voice can guide someone else. That is the power of return. You don't need to be a teacher to inspire. Just living fluently, thinking in English naturally, is enough. When people see you enjoying English, they will ask, "How did you do it?" And your story will give them hope. The return also makes you grateful. You remember the early days of fear, the mirror test, the crisis. And you think, if I could grow from that, I can grow from anything. English becomes proof of your inner strength. It also gives you balance. You no longer fight with English every day. It becomes part of your rhythm, like brushing your teeth or walking to work. Simple, automatic, natural. Fluency is no longer effort. It is identity. But the return also carries responsibility. You must protect what you've built. Keep listening, keep speaking, keep practicing. Victory doesn't die unless you stop feeding it. Make English a daily meal, not a forgotten snack. The return is also a reminder. You are not finished. There are higher mountains to climb, deeper conversations, new accents, more complex ideas. But now, you face them with confidence, not fear. The journey continues. So walk back into your old world with your new self. Stand tall. Speak clearly. Inspire quietly. You are living proof that thinking in English is possible. You are the returner, the bridge between fear and freedom. And as you live this new life, remember, the greatest reward is not the English itself. The greatest reward is who you became on the journey. Stronger, braver, freer. And now, ready to share your gift with the world. So here we are, my friend. The end of this journey, but the beginning of yours. You started as a translator, heavy and slow. Step by step, you learned to think in English. And now, you are free, alive, unstoppable. Look back at the road. Remember the comfort zone that kept you small. Remember the inner battle with fear. Remember the crisis that almost broke you. And remember the moment you chose courage instead of translation. That choice changed everything. Today, you can do what once felt impossible. You can think in English directly. You can speak without fear. You can laugh in conversations, live in the language, and connect with people from every corner of the world. But the journey is not only about English. It is about you. You are no longer the person who said, "I can't." You are the person who says, "I can, I will, I already am." That new identity is your greatest victory. Never forget this. Fluency is not about perfection. It is about freedom. Freedom to express, freedom to connect, freedom to be yourself in another language. And that freedom is now yours. Protect it. Use it. Share it. There will still be challenges. Some days you will feel tired. Some days you will forget a word. That's okay. Fluency is not a straight road. It is a dance, a journey, a living process. Just keep moving, and you will keep growing. And now, I give you one final challenge. Inspire others. Share your story. Tell someone, "I used to translate, but I stopped. And now I think in English." Be the voice of hope for another learner, just as I was for you. Because English is not just about you. It is about connection. Every sentence you speak may touch someone, help someone, change someone. Don't hide your gift. Use it to make the world smaller, warmer, and more open. Stand in front of the mirror one more time. Look at yourself. Smile. Say out loud, "I think in English." I live in English. I am free in English. Feel the truth of those words in your body, in your heart. This is not the end, my friend. This is the return with treasure. The treasure is not grammar or vocabulary. The treasure is courage, confidence, and freedom, and you will carry it for the rest of your life. So if this journey inspired you, stay with me. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment about your own journey. Your words may be the spark that lights someone else's fire. Remember, stop translating, start thinking. Stop fearing, start living. Stop waiting, start speaking. English is not your enemy. It is your ally, your tool, your freedom. And with it, the world is now yours. Go live it.